It's just another day, another Democrat caught doing exactly what Democrats accuse everybody else of doing, which is abusing taxpayer money and hoping that nobody notices. This time, it's a sitting Florida Democrat charged with siphoning off $5 million in FEMA COVID relief funds. Money meant for overwhelmed hospitals, struggling families, and vulnerable communities, allegedly routed straight into personal accounts and political operations. And wait until you hear what the investigators say she did next. Federal prosecutors in Miami say this wasn't a mistake. They say it was a deliberate scheme, money laundering, straw donors, falsified filings, all tied to a Democrat who faces now up to 53 years in prison. And here's a question I want you guys to answer. Should any elected official caught abusing any kind of relief funds, let alone COVID, lose their seat immediately? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I say yes, but I want to hear what you guys have to say. Let's go ahead and break this down. So my name's Tom. I'm with the Daily Beltway, and I'm also White House correspondent for the Next News Network. And guys, we are a growing channel, and your likes, comments, and subscriptions help us push back against corrupt politicians who think the rules that just, they don't apply to them. So give us a like, give us a follow, and hit those buttons. Federal prosecutors in Miami have indicted Florida Democrat Sheila Cherfilus-McCormick in what they describe as a calculated $5 million fraud scheme. And this wasn't ordinary mismanagement. This was taxpayer COVID relief money, accidental FEMA overpayments, and investigators say the Democrat Congresswoman didn't return it. Instead, she allegedly moved it through shell accounts, personal accounts, and friendly intermediaries before funneling a chunk into her political campaign. Watch.
Tonight, federal prosecutors say South Florida Congresswoman Sheila Cherfilus-McCormick stole millions in FEMA disaster funds and then funneled that money into her own 2021 campaign. A new indictment alleges she, her brother, and several associates routed a $5 million overpayment through multiple accounts using straw donors, personal spending, and even filing a false tax return to hide it. If convicted, Cherfilus-McCormick faces up to 53 years in prison.
Good Lord. Sorry, I have a cold. I'm working through it, guys. So according to the Department of Justice, the entire operation was built to hide the origin of the funds, transfers through family accounts, business accounts, straw donors who donated to her campaign after being reimbursed. Doesn't this sound a lot like the USAID scam? So let me know your thoughts on that, because I think she learned that from how everybody else did it. Prosecutors say it was all part of a coordinated effort to turn disaster relief into political power. The Democrat Party talks a lot about equity. Meanwhile, federal investigators say one of their own was using pandemic money the way corrupt officials use slush funds. So should a sitting lawmaker be able to hold office while under federal indictment for COVID fraud? Drop your answer below. Let me hear it. So the indictment goes even further. Investigators say political spending was disguised as business deductions, income was hidden, IRS filings were manipulated, and yet the Democrat leadership still tried to downplay the situation until the backlash became too loud to ignore. They quietly removed her from a subcommittee position